Having a good credit history can unlock financial freedom. But as one family is finding, a blip on a credit report is putting a deadbolt on their future. When Lonnie McCrae rented this property a year ago, he thought it was a godsend.
Perfect location, perfect size.
But it wasn't perfect, and Lonnie's bliss soon turned into renter's remorse rather quickly.
I took a shower that night that we moved in, June 12th. I stepped out here, squish, squish, squish. This whole thing was soaking wet.
And in the kitchen, let's just say nobody will be baking anything in this oven anytime soon.
I had to get creative.
He says his landlord tried to fix the shower once, but when the tsunami of water swooshed in again, instead of responding with a repair, Lonnie says management made moves to evict him.
When they told me they was going to terminate my lease, I countersued and went to court, got a judgment in my favor, and I thought everything was over.
But it wasn't over. And now you can't find a place to live because you've got this mark on your record?
This erroneous eviction on my credit report.
Why do you think they filed this on your credit report?
I really think it's being retaliatory. I don't know if they put it on there, if the courts put it on there, if that's standard procedure, but all I know is it's not right. If I won a case in court, how does something negative go on my credit report?
We wondered that too. So the TrustDALE team worked with Lonnie to clear his credit report. But it wasn't as easy as we thought it would be, because we discovered that alternative credit reporting agencies like Appfolio, a property management and screening software company, also wield enough power to put people's financial future in limbo.
So a creditor can just recklessly and negligently throw something completely false on your credit report, and you just can't go after them for that. You have to go through this process where you write your dispute to the credit bureau and you wait your 30 days for it to come back, and then it comes back, and then you could do something about it. But the damage has been done.
Larry Smith, a consumer rights attorney, says the Fair Credit Reporting Act doesn't do enough to protect consumers.
I think that creditors are just not accountable enough under this law.
Larry, how common are cases like this?
When it comes to the credit bureaus, that about 40% of every report out there contains some inaccuracy. One thing I see all the time is just misreading those records. So they went and read this record, and just because it was an eviction case, they clearly didn't read the final court order, just saw an eviction case, grabbed that information, threw it on its background report, and reported it. That's just a false report.
Our investigation discovered the FTC recently fined Appfolio more than $4 million, saying the company was selling inaccurate reports about housing applicants that resulted in qualified tenants being turned away, tenants like Lonnie. Lonnie, how frustrating is it that you, the consumer, are having to take all this action for someone else's mistake?
Dale, you just don't know. I mean, I'm 70 years old. I'm at the point all I want to do now is sit back, watch basketball. Here I am running the court, running to get in touch with somebody like you, and thank God that I found somebody like you who can help me through this madness. Because believe me, that's all this is madness.
We reached out to Appfolio requesting the removal of the erroneous eviction, and not long after, the tide began turning in Lonnie's favor.
Well, when I came to y'all, I was desperate. And because people were telling me how long it would take for this thing to get removed. But yesterday I got a great phone call from Appfolio. The lady said that y'all had got in touch with them, and she explained to me that she had everything removed from my credit report. And if anybody else had this problem, I'm definitely sending them to TrustDALE and tell them the great job that y'all do in helping people. So I'm appreciative, very appreciative.
In addition to the $4.25 million monetary penalty, the FTC's proposed settlement requires the company to maintain reasonable procedures to ensure the maximum possible accuracy of information included in its background reports.